Alright, so, welcome to episode 3 of the Cry Havok podcast. And I started by saying, alright, so, because this is a doozy, just for everyone out there. It's 2 hours long, it's with my sibling, Lilliam, and we get into, once again, not gonna tell you what, but I will say, sorry Mom for calling you a pussy. Although, I think if you listen to the conversation and you would agree in the context, it was probably accurate. Now imagine, you are tripping absolute dick on mushrooms. I guess I need to pick it up with my own butthole.
It feels like a magic trick because some people it's happened.
Why are you asking such deep questions?
Alright, here we go. We're in it. Podcast has officially started. We are here. Episode 3.
Best number.
You say that, but other people would disagree.
That's fine.
A lot of people think it's an unlucky number.
Not Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh, it's the magic number.
It's the magic number.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. I have never forgotten how to count by threes.
Yeah.
At least up until 30.
It's helped me a lot in my life because working at Hot Topic, we do the hot cash thing, which is like always in the front of our mind is hot cash. For every 30 you spend, you get 15. So every time I'm figuring out how much hot cash they get, I go 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Every fucking time.
For those of you...
Man and a woman had a little baby.
Oh my god.
There were 3. That's a magic number.
It's a magic number. For those of you who don't know, the magic number refers to A, my third guest on the podcast, B, the third person born into my biological nuclear family.
Ugh.
Yuck. Yeah, no shit.
Not my favorite part.
And, also, I guess, is that your favorite number?
It is my favorite number.
3 is your favorite number?
3 and 7, but mostly 3.
Do you think it's coincidental, or do you think it's the fact that you are the third born child that makes you attach on to 3 in that particular way?
Honestly, it's very difficult to say because being number 3, first of all, is like not what people strive for. Everybody wants to be number 1.
Yeah.
But fuck Matthew.
But we should also mention it's 3 out of 8.
Yeah. So I'm still pretty high up there on the roster.
Pretty high up there, but kind of middle.
Exactly. But I was the first one born without a penis. So that made me special.
Special? Oh my god. You had different genitals.
Yeah, crazy, right? Must be a completely different person.
Must be. Although, it has come to my attention that you and I are remarkably similar.
Yes. But we'll get into all that, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely. If not this podcast, but
One
possibly,
of them
yeah.
someday.
Like, I plan on repeat guesting a good bit, at least for sure, like in these beginning parts.
Yeah. I mean, no offense, but you're gonna have to.
You saying I don't know famous people?
I'm saying you don't know famous people who will come be on your podcast.
You're saying I don't know famous people that want to sit in my bedroom surrounded by dildos? Is that what you're saying?
That is what I'm saying. Yes.
That's ridiculous.
But as far as liking 3 versus being number 3, I think it's different things. I like it because it's the first odd number that nobody likes. Like, 1, technically an odd number, but people want to be number 1. They want to be first place. It's like a cool place to be.
Yeah.
Number 3, nobody likes odd numbers. Everybody's all obsessed with making sure their music is on an even number and their volume is set to an even number and blah blah blah.
Yeah, most people are even happy with second.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're not first, at
You're
least
last.
you were second place. Well, I guess that's the way I think, considering the fact that I was, number 2, the deuce. But
I like the number 3. It's an underappreciated number. It's a number people look over, and it's a number that I personally feel needs more representation, which is kind of a big theme in my life, is things people don't really think about or give enough credit to.
That is true. And I think that is a great possibility that the reason that you gravitate towards things that get less attention or don't have proper representation is because you do feel that way about yourself, and you have felt that way about yourself for a very long time. Being in a family with 8 fucking kids.
It's too many.
It's too many.
Oh, your parents must not have had a TV.
Yeah. Are you Catholic?
Yeah, it's too many. I know. I don't need you to talk to me more about it.
So, what is, in your experience, you tell somebody that you're a, whatever digit out of 8 children, what's the first thing the other person says that you've just told this to?
Oh, wow.
Okay, but beyond
that, yeah.
Generic, for me, it's always a question. And that question comes in one of 2 forms, usually one right after the other. And that's, I think, more consistently, I would say the question is, oh, are you Catholic? And then if that fails, which it always does because we're not, never have been, the other question is, oh, are you Mormon? Also, no. Nope. Parents were just crazy.
Parents were just crazy.
Have you seen me?
Mom used to tell me that she had to twist my dad's arm for every single one of us.
Couldn't have.
And I guess her point at the time, 100% benefit of the doubt that isn't necessarily deserved, 100% benefit of the doubt, she was trying to tell me that she wanted us so bad that she would do anything. She twisted Dad's arm into creating us.
Proclamation of love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Somehow in her brain.
Well, the way you just explained it, it sounds that way.
Yeah.
It seems...
But what I always heard was that my dad, who's hardly ever around, didn't even actually want me. I just kind of ended up here in his life. And now I don't wash the dishes well enough.
Just for everyone listening, forewarning, I don't know, trigger warning, whatever you want to call it.
Content warning.
Content warning. This
Abusive
shit finna
parents.
get deep. It already has, and we
Bad
are
family
officially
dynamics.
8 minutes into this podcast. So, just if like weird family shit or like, you know, traumatic family shit bothers you, just skip to the next one.
Yeah.
It'll probably be a lot more lighthearted. Or, well,
I don't know.
I don't know about light. It'll be
not this specifically.
That is true.
But
because there's nothing else that could be specifically
this.
Yeah. Our family is very specific, if nothing else.
What a gentle way to put it.
This is a very... I think I might, like...
I have so much I can get into if we stick
clip
on
that,
family
save
shit.
it. I don't think we should. I think we should talk about things bigger than that.
I agree.
I think that also, like, the family shit is easy for you and I to get into because we're used to that. We're used to talking about that kind of shit all the goddamn time.
Yeah. We have to at this point.
Yeah. We're also pretty used to talking about, like, other stuff, like I was saying before, bigger than that. But also, like, what about stupid shit? What about dumb shit that we've probably talked about before?
What do you mean by dumb shit? Like, ugh, that's so dumb. Or like,
no, like
what the fucking fuck?
Like meaningless bullshit. Like, what's your favorite color? But I can't think of a better example right now other than that. And I'm pretty sure...
And even that, I can get pretty deep in for no reason. So...
Let's do it. Well...
Does that have a top on it? Sorry.
Yes. I got a cork around here somewhere. Anyway. Your favorite color and why. There we go.
Wow. Good job avoiding family shit. So my dad's favorite color is green.
Oh, gross. Come on.
It goes deep. It's such
deep.
a huge part of who I am and why I ended up where I am. It's hard to avoid it.
Yeah.
Especially with someone I'm comfortable talking with.
Not many people have that direct of a line between their favorite color and why it is their favorite color, though. Like, I don't know of anybody that I've ever talked to that I've asked them.
Immediately.
Yeah. And they were just like, oh yeah, my mom really fucked me up. That's why I like yellow. Like,
oh god, yellow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If you enjoy yellow, you are probably a psychopath. Or
trigger warning, we hate yellow.
Yeah. If it's like really well blended into other colors.
Yeah. If it's
fine.
In its
if
place.
it's a subtle, I don't want all yellow anything.
Especially Candyland
Unless
characters.
It's something A, dangerous, or B, to protect you from danger. Say a hard hat. Or like a traffic cone. It is a very bright, shocking color that shouldn't have to be looked at for a long period of time.
Which is the point.
Like, it's a attention grabber.
That you want to look away from. Because red is an attention grabber you're supposed to look at, which is why, like, traffic lights do red. Is because it's supposed to grip your attention and keep it. So you're like, oh shit, that's red.
It does. Because red has always been, and I'm not exactly sure on a biological reason for this, but evolutionarily, red... it could be fire.
Fire's the first thing we
Fire's a pretty good...
the very first thing we
But the thing is that, like, insects, mushrooms, fucking mushrooms, a goddamn fungus decided, I'm gonna make myself red so that these motherfuckers know not to eat me. First, before it was red, the mushroom was like, I'm gonna make myself poisonous so these motherfuckers won't eat me. And guess what we kept doing?
Eating.
We kept eating those mushrooms. So the mushroom was like, okay, well, I need to tell people before they put me in their mouth that I am poisonous. Therefore, I will be red. And this is way too much of an anthropomorphizing of evolution.
Is it though?
But it really fucking is. Evolution
Was not
works
that serious.
absolutely nothing like this. I mean, it's along these lines, but it has no conscious thought whatsoever,
Yeah.
which is what I'm attributing to it
Okay.
constantly in the conversation. But the thing is, it needed to be poisonous so that less people would eat it and more of the mushroom would survive. And then more of the mushrooms that were more red got eaten less of the time. They continued living on and reproducing, and therefore the more red you were, the more you got to reproduce, and there we got red poisonous mushrooms. And then other mushrooms also somehow figured out that these mushrooms were red and not getting eaten, so they turned red. But they weren't actually poisonous.
They were just surviving.
They were just surviving. And that's how we get, fuck. It's in here somewhere. The name of it. Oh, god damn it. It's the red ones with the white circles on them.
The, like, toad mushrooms.
Yes. The toadstool mushrooms. It's the whole reason that Christmas exists. Let me look it up real quick. You should talk about something, though.
I should talk about something?
Because I've been talking for a while.
Yeah, I'll finish my favorite color thing.
Oh, yeah! I never even...
So,
I'm such a bad host. Go ahead.
my dad's favorite color was green. My dad was a big fan of both the Minnesota Vikings and the Michigan State Saints. Not Saints.
Spartans.
Spartans. Thank
Yep.
you. And I knew I didn't like purple, so the Vikings weren't it. But I wanted so badly to be close to my dad
Okay.
that I learned to like football. And I loved the color green, and I wanted to work on cars, and engineering was cool, and I got real into Jesus.
Okay. But, and... So purple is our mom's favorite color. And I assume that's why you said couldn't get into purple, so Vikings were out.
Yeah. I can't get into purple.
On the other hand,
Can't get into mom.
your favorite color, when asked, your first association with, is that it's your father's favorite color. That seems like heavy favoritism.
Yeah, I
But-
always favored dad.
I mean,
All of my
I think we all knew.
childhood memories,
But
like,
that just is such a contrast. That in the same exact story
in
about your favorite color, your least favorite color gets mentioned, which just so happens to be essentially like the arch nemesis of the person whose favorite color you share is the person whose favorite color is your least favorite color.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, hi mom, hope you support Andrew and listen to this fucking podcast.
oh god. I've thought about that a couple of times when we were
Look.
recording. There's
We
the
don't-
whole podcast with Evan, kind of the first episode cuts off at the very end because we start getting in this. Ugh,
Yeah.
long time
Anyway.
listeners will get it.
Anyway.
True fans.
Yeah, my whole life, basically, most of my memory, which is irritatingly detailed,
Yeah.
I remember, specifically in emotions. I can remember almost every emotion I've ever felt, and if it's a strong one, I can remember what caused it from 2 or 3 years old.
My brain went the whole opposite direction.
Yeah, no,
I
I
think
remember
it's better.
everything. Long term, short term, I can't
I
remember
can
shit.
I can see both of us, and I can see, like, how both of us are kind of personality-wise, and I feel like forgetting shit's way better.
Probably.
I'm mostly joking, but
for most of my incredibly vivid memory here, I've associated mom with genuine neglect. Just not caring, not trying, not there on purpose. And when I think of my relationship with dad growing up, it was abandonment for sure. My dad wasn't there. My mom was neglecting me. But I always knew he was gone for a reason. He needed that job. He had 8 fucking kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He needed to be in that shitty position that we all know he didn't like.
Not only that.
To travel the world to support 8 children who I've been informed he didn't want.
Not only, as a child.
As a child.
Going
that
through
was
it,
my
in the thick of
understanding.
it, in the thick of it, going through the middle of it, being informed that basically one of your parents didn't consent to you existing.
Uh-huh.
I was told from a very young age. Once again, my memory totally shot. It's like I was roofied from age 8 to 18.
How wonderful.
It was, a dream. Fantastic.
So
but I
jealous.
do get a few flashes here and there. One of the things I vividly remember is Mom informing me that I was an accident. That I was unintended, or especially happy
with
surprise.
how close you were to Matthew.
Right.
They would have never planned another one right then.
This is crazy. But it's just, like I said, it's just flashes. You know, I looked up the name of the mushroom. I know it now.
Yes.
I remember it. It was in my brain the whole time because it's such a cool name, because mushrooms are amazing and they have the coolest names ever. Like Psilocybe cubensis, which is not the mushroom that I'm talking about, but it's another trippy mushroom. And this
one of them is penis envy, so that's all I need to know.
That is a subspecies of Psilocybe cubensis.
Okay.
I believe.
Fact.
I could be 100% wrong. I don't know, but if I'm right, you know how smart I sound?
Yes, I do, because I...
Yeah. So, this other mushroom, it's the red one with the white circles on it, like Toad from Mario.
Uh-huh.
It's called Amanita muscaria. And reindeer? Fucking caribou? Real life reindeer? Absolutely love these motherfuckers. They are a trippy mushroom that, you know, like, you can definitely trip balls. One of the most famous people to ever do mushrooms ever, his name is Terence Mckenna, was talking in an interview one time about how he took Amanita muscaria, and it was one of the scariest trips that he's ever been on. It's supposed to be extremely terrifying, and I really have no interest.
Yeah. I'm there with you on that.
It's supposed to be a very, like, you think you're dead mushroom, which is terrifying, and is the fact that caribou love these motherfuckers. So much so that if you eat Amanita muscaria mushrooms and then have to go pee later out in the snow, you will be surrounded by caribou by the time you are done taking a piss. Because they will eat up that fucking snow just to start tripping balls off of your mushroom piss. Like,
Has it been proven that they're tripping, or
Yes.
is it digested differently? That was my.
Well, okay, so I
Digested
don't know
differently
that.
From them, so
I don't know if there's even
how
a
can
way
you
to
test
tell.
that? Yeah.
I mean, they act weird.
I mean, anything's gonna act weird if you input.
They
something
act
that is
like
not.
kind of like drunk caribou, I guess. Whatever.
Have you ever seen a caribou in person?
No.
Mm-mm.
No, but I know you
They're
have.
fucking
What is that like?
They are magnificent creatures. First of all, their antlers are fuzzy, and that's amazing.
I knew that from Disney.
I've
seen Frozen.
Like, you know.
I didn't until Frozen.
Yeah, Frozen,
It's
which
the
came
first-
out after I saw a caribou.
Okay.
But
Exactly. Like,
they look magical. Like, I get why they got picked to be Santa's mode of transportation. Like, I get why there are all these fairy tales and...
that's what I'm talking about. With the mushrooms?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how the caribou got part of it.
They look wise and magical. Which, like,
Okay.
caribou and moose.
Now imagine, you are tripping absolute dick on mushrooms. You walk outside to take a piss. Just for the sake of the fantasy, imagine you have a fully functional hose to relieve yourself.
Oh my God.
Just because I know,
Amazing.
just let your imagination run wild for that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And then imagine all of a sudden, while you're tripping nuts on mushrooms, 6 caribou start walking out of the woods slowly towards you, sniffing around, just to get a little bit of the same thing that you're on. And you're tripping balls. So all of a sudden, these caribou look like they're flying through the fucking sky, carrying around some fat ass on a sled. Because that's the only vehicle that you could possibly imagine right now, because you're in the middle of goddamn Alaska. Like, not only that, but these particular mushrooms grow specifically under conifer trees. And you know what it kind of looks like when you got this conical pine tree type thing with a bunch of little red and white, maybe boxes under it? It's like Christmas presents.
Yeah.
And you know what? When they made these mushrooms illegal to take, the shamans who saw it as a religious rite of passage would sneak into people's houses in order to perform these ceremonies. You know what entrance these shamans took to get into these people's houses?
The chimney.
They came down the chimney and delivered little red and white presents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like, if you love Christmas,
Which I really do.
you should do mushrooms.
Which I really do.
Yeah. So I've known you since you were born,
Uh-huh.
which is an interesting perspective to have on a podcast guest. I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
heard anything like that before, which it probably exists.
Yeah, but you listen to a lot of podcasts, and
I do. I've never heard that.
you've literally known me since... You can remember the day I was born, even if it's little bits.
Yeah.
You can remember the day I was born.
I can remember literally probably
You were 2 years
30
old.
seconds of that day. I don't
You were literally
actually
2 years
remember
old then.
in my own mind. I don't remember in my own mind going to meet you at the hospital. I don't. I do, in my own mind, remember being in the hot tub at Grandma and Grandpa's house and being told that you were being born But I cannot, through my roofied fucking brain, my childhood roofied brain, remember exactly that moment. I do, however, remember seeing pictures later of myself in that moment, holding you. I know it happened. I know it existed. I can picture it because I've seen a picture of it, but I cannot, in my own brain, go back to it. And I don't know if that's like what I've been talking about here, like trauma, PTSD kind of memory fuckery, or if it's just the fact that human beings don't have that good of a memory in the first place. Who does remember being that young?
Me.
I was, what, 2 years old?
You were 2 years old, 2.5 almost-ish?
Yeah.
Because you were born February of 93, and I was June of 95. So you would have been
That's crazy.
almost 2.5.
That must be my earliest memory then.
Oh.
I thought there were some other memories, because there are some things that I do remember from a long-ass time ago that I thought were my oldest memory, because, like, how do you tell? How can you tell what your oldest memory is? You rewind your brain, right? You just rewind as far as you can go, but...
I remember my earliest memory is...
How do you know it's your earliest memory, first of all?
Do you want me to do that part first?
Yes, how do you know...
Because this memory...
It has been confirmed by other people? Or...
Yes, it's been confirmed
by other people.
By my mother.
Yeah, that it happened at a specific time.
That this happened at a specific time.
That's all I need to know. I
Which,
was just...
Mom has gaslit a lot of my memories, but this one she's confirmed happened when I think it did.
Okay. Well, if you tell me what it is, I might be able to also assist with that.
I remember
I did want to address
my first bedroom.
Okay.
I remember my pink flowered comforter. I remember my light colored wood crib. I remember the eggshell walls and the dusky cream colored shag carpet. And I remember my closet had 2 bars in it at 2 different heights, and it had a slant in it because it was above the stairs. I remember all of that, specifically in personal, vivid detail.
You must have been...
A year.
So young.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
Because right after that, we moved to the new house, which is where Christy was born.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
We moved, and then Christy was born, because it was the house with all the wood paneling.
By the way, also,
bathroom.
most of my siblings have been born in the houses that we lived in.
Yes.
So,
and
it makes the
a lot of our names rhyme.
It makes the houses very memorable.
Yes.
Anyway,
so I remember that room before Christy's birth, which is my next memory.
By the way, neither of our last name, or original last name, has been mentioned on the podcast, and I don't intend to put it in the description or anything. So at this point...
Did I say it?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I tried not to say it.
I just thought about it. It's like a little bit interesting, at least. Like, even if we
also protects their identities a little bit.
Nah, everybody will find them.
Yeah, it's not hard.
It's not going to be hard. Oh my god, they will present themselves.
Yeah, they will. You'll know them when you see them.
Ooh, buddy. There's 1 or 2 that are going to just keep silent for the rest of their lives, keep to themselves, and never really bother anyone, but not really contribute to anything. Okay.
Anyway, so my next vivid childhood memory is Christy being born. And by the way, I was wrong. The slanted closet was in the second house, not the first one.
It's
Correction.
Just how flawed the memories are. But I mean...
But, see, I know that the slanted closet comes after because Christy's involved in that memory, and I know she was born between remembering my crib, her birth, and the slanted closet.
Right, you weren't in a crib anymore by the time she was born.
Yeah. Because I was almost 3 when she was born.
Yep. It didn't take long.
I remember seeing her born. In vivid detail.
I was playing with Legos. I don't know what y'all was doing.
I was watching.
Gross.
I've
Disgusting.
seen almost all of them be born.
The midwife got, like, as a present, got Matthew and I a Lego set. It was basically my first Lego set ever. There may have been a couple of small ones before that, possibly. But at that point in time, it was the first big Lego set I ever got. And it was a castle. It was a castle with a bunch of knights, and it came with a dragon, and there was a king, and there was a good king, and there was a bad king.
See, I think
and the
I
good
remember
king
that.
was invading.
I had that.
The good king was invading the bad king's castle. And that's when I got into Legos. Because, like, if I'm playing with Legos, I don't gotta worry about whatever mom and dad are up to. Even if it's having a fucking baby. You know what I did while... So, my best friend from childhood, Glenn, his mom had a baby in my house, too.
Yeah.
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 And during that childbirth, we went upstairs and played Monkey Ball and Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, God.
During the whole thing. Like...
Just completely ignoring it.
There was ever a time, like, in between races, or, like, you know, we just, like, basically got exhausted from playing so much Smash Bros. That we, like, paused it for a minute, and, like, you hear his fucking mom wailing in the background, and you're like, alright, let's keep playing Monkey Ball.
I was downstairs for the whole thing.
Gross.
Because I used to sit in on Mom's classes,
Yeah,
which started off as a ploy to get snacks.
That's the whole reason you're able to watch Grey's Anatomy without closed eyes time.
Sitting in on Bradley classes? I don't know, maybe. I haven't put that much thought into that. I have an iron stomach for medical things.
Yes.
Same.
I do not like medical shows at all.
I love medical anything. I watch, like, actual videos of live surgeries frequently.
Gross. Nasty.
Frequently.
The fuck?
Random surgeries.
I
will
dissect a human. I do it.
I love it.
I can't.
And I don't know if that's like one I can give to Ma, or if I'm just a person who is okay with those things. Because honestly, like, even though I'm aware of, like, why it grosses people out and why it's hard for a lot of people to watch, I understand 1,000%. But instead of how most people view it as, like, this scary thing, a person being cut open and dissected and changed and, you know, whatever's happening in the surgery, I see it. This person needed
That's remarkable.
something.
It's fucking insane.
They needed this crazy thing. Like, even
The
how
only-
far surgery has come in the last 5 years, which I know not many people outside of the medical field keep up with. It's insane. We've figured out which millimeters are safe to be cut out and helpful to be cut out, and which ones aren't, in all parts of the body.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's insane.
It's a talent. It's an art. I see it as art and helping and healing, where most people just see blood and gore and being dissected.
Oftentimes, when I'm at work, I see construction work, especially electrical. I mean, literally all of the different trades, but I guess, like, I kind of have favoritism towards electrical.
Yeah.
But literally all of them, it's like dumb surgery. A house is like a body, basically. There's a system that pumps all the liquids around. That's plumbing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a system that, controls all the electrical signals and whatnot. That's the nervous system and the electricity in the house. There's a respiratory system. There's fucking air conditioning. Like, it's
There's
literally
a structural
venting
system.
air in and out of
Yeah.
your house, cleaning it, ventilating it, putting it where it needs to be. It's extremely similar to a human body. So is a computer, for that example. Like, for the same example. But it's like dumb surgery because it's so big that it's harder to mess it up. Because a human body is, like, tiny and intricate, and it all is in, like, within millimeters of space, like you're talking about. Yeah. But in a big old house, and you don't need that much stuff. And most of the electricity is either on all the time, or you put a switch on it to turn it off sometimes. But, like, a human body is literally millions and billions of, like, little tiny switches that turn on or off, like your nerves or your muscles or your brain parts or anything. It all comes down to a 1 or a 0. It's either on or it's off. Either your muscle is contracting or it's relaxed. And you just have so many different muscles that, depending on which one is contract and which one is relaxed, you can grab a lighter and you can light up a bowl.
Exactly. But anyway, your friend Glenn, whose sister I watched birth,
Yeah, that's gross. I wanted to get away from that. And here
Okay.
we are. No, go ahead. I'm just kidding. Just...
That's... I don't know where I was going bringing that back. I had something and it's gone now.
Watching somebody give birth has to be an awe-inspiring experience.
Okay.
I, on purpose, have avoided every single time that the opportunity has presented
Which
itself.
has been a lot of times.
It's been a lot of times. When your mother literally works as a job to deliver people's babies, it is a 100% fact that you will end up with a pregnancy cake. No, but...
You're not wrong, though.
Go on. How crazy is it to watch a human come out of another human? It's got to be better than a basketball, right?
Depends.
Is it
So-
even different?
Yes, it is different.
Okay.
I'll give you that. At first, my experience with childbirth was, first of all, Christy being born. Which, while
Yeah.
I remember, I don't
Very
remember
early.
specifically, like, graphically, anatomically, the process.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Mom and seeing a baby come out, and then there was a baby and there was Mom, basically. But when Mom was starting to learn all her childbirth things and become a Bradley teacher and a midwife and so on and so forth, we watched some videos. Videos, particularly in the earlier 2000s when we started watching them, were just horrific.
Oh,
It
like
was-
childbirth
yeah,
videos.
it was only
No,
bad.
I remember, like, walking downstairs at some point and just, like, I could instantly tell just by hearing
Yeah, it's
a
distinct.
little bit of it. Like, it's a very distinct type of video. Like, it's definitely done on a camcorder.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen a single fucking frame.
God,
I tell you that.
Lucky ducky.
I knew. I was well aware. I think I may have even been warned by Mom, I think, that like, hey, birth videos, you got a penis, so you can't see a vagina.
Yes. That makes sense.
I had a penis, and I was not allowed to see any vaginas. But if you had a vagina, all of a sudden,
and she wonders
at
why
5
I'm gay.
years old, you were responsible for knowing how big that thing had to get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You were it was like, you better start working your way up with Sharpies right now.
Bro, I did too. But, no, so watching birth videos at first, everything about it terrified me. From that perspective, it was bad video quality, it was graphic, it was bloody, it was gross. You couldn't really see what was going on. There was just hair everywhere.
Cross.
Everywhere. Inside, outside. It was
just
there was so much
everybody
hair.
knows, it's like 180p.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It's so bad. It's like cell phone quality video. But you still
All
get
you
the
can
full
see
audio.
is like some really pink stripes and then hair. That's all you got to work with.
It's disturbing.
But
like
then,
I said, never seen it. I've heard.
Yeah, it's bad.
I've
You
heard
lucky ducky.
details. I think Matthew probably caught some. And
He probably did it on purpose.
definitely divulged. I have no idea. I don't know, man. Like I said.
I mean, with how
Roofie.
Mom hyped it up, he was probably like, "Oh, vagina," and
Roofie.
got nothing he was looking for.
I got clips. I got little clips every now and again. And most of them I enjoy. So don't ruin that for me.
I'm not trying to.
I remember humping a lizard. Like,
At the zoo?
no,
Oh.
no, at the house.
Oh.
It was a giant stuffed animal, but it was a
Oh,
lizard.
I remember. Okay, I
Yeah.
remember that guy.
Yeah, Glenn did it as a joke, and then I was
And
like,
then you were
but
like-
wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
I
I
hate
did
you.
it. And then when they figured out there was jizz in the lizard, they blamed it on Glenn. So, sorry, Glenn.
It's really
But
easy
he
to
knows
blame
that
Glenn.
now. We've discussed it. We've been over it. We're still friends to this day. Motherfucker posted a goddamn status the other day, though. He said, I will post a hype up status for anybody who care reacts this. And I care reacted it, and this motherfucker still ain't posted me a hype up status.
I saw him doing that.
I know he
was
loves me, though.
wondering.
I don't care. Glenn, I love you too. Alright.
Anyway, but then I saw a real birth. So
In person.
Yeah, in person.
Live action.
That wasn't my sibling.
Yes.
So for a little context, for anybody who doesn't know, my mom was constantly having these fuck-ass kids. And it got to a point where she wanted to have a career, but kept having these fuck-ass kids. So when she went to go do her career, she took me with her to raise these fuck-ass kids.
Yeah, we was the first two fuck-ass kids, though.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm not denying that at all.
Matthew was obviously perfect ever since he started.
Well, only baby Jesus is perfect. But
Jesus Christ.
anyway.
I told you! Leave me with the few flashbacks I have. And here
we're
you
having
go.
the wrong conversation
Just-
then.
Alright, go ahead.
So I went along to these births, and there was one mom who really liked me being around, even though I was like 13, 14, tops.
One of Mom's clients?
One of Mom's clients. She
Okay.
really liked me. And when the baby was asleep, she wanted me to be around for the birth. And that was the first time I saw the process, not like just crowning. Crowning is when the baby's head first starts popping out.
I knew that, but for the folks at home.
But for the folks at home.
The folks at home, you know.
Oh yeah, you
Oh
betcha.
yeah, the folks at home.
Oh yeah. Grab me some
Oofda.
caribou coffee.
Oofda.
Anyway. And that was the first time I can remember not hating being a girl. At the time, what I was
Not having a
considered.
vagina.
Yeah, that was the first
That's
time.
the first time you
that-
didn't hate having a vagina.
There we go.
Yeah.
It was... For once, the very first time in my whole life...
It meant
Again,
something.
this is like just at the very tip of the iceberg puberty. I was a late bloomer, didn't have a lot going for me to this point, and I still knew that I hated having a vagina and everything it meant to me and to the world.
Yeah.
And then I saw
But you could do that.
that
thing you
people
saw.
can do that.
You could do that. You could make another fucking
I
person.
could make another human. I could
You
go
could make another
through
person.
that
All you need is a little...
insane, like...
Just a little...
I'd seen the
Like-
videos of what's happening to the anatomy as that other human you created emerges
You know
into
what?
this fucking world.
You know what? You know what people watch more videos of, though? It's the other end.
Yeah.
It's the dude. It's the penis end. The penis... The people
Yeah.
love that shit. That's why every
dumbest
porn
part.
video ever ends with the cum shot. Like,
I stop it before
That's
the cum
when-
shot.
that's when sex is over, isn't it? Like, that's...
Not if
No.
you're a grown up.
No, not if you're a grown-up.
But anyway.
I keep going. I
um,
keep that shit pumping. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I work hard. Okay? Stay hard.
But that was the
Yeah,
first time,
it seems way more important.
and honestly,
That end.
one of the only times, even to this day, the number of times I felt like this is so fucking few, but it was one of the only times in my life where it felt like something I wanted to be part of. Where I didn't feel like it was a curse to be born with this hole between my legs.
Yeah.
It felt like I was not only equal, but superior, honestly.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that.
No, I can't. I can. Yeah.
But even if you were
Like,
designed
technically-
to stretch crazy, unimaginable ways, especially when
Which
it's your own
I
body,
can, by the way.
through your
I found a hole. I found
Okay,
something to stretch
so
out. Okay.
the thing you stretch it out 10 centimeters, you make it this big, that's okay with you?
Look, she would know better.
That's alright. It takes
That's a
bit,
little bit
but
more.
That's alright.
That's a little bit bigger than I usually do. Yeah.
That's big.
That's big. That's big.
That's
A little
big.
bit of practice, though. Come on.
Okay, Mom tried
I
it
know.
8 times and still did not have a good time. She practiced a lot.
Fucking pussy. No, oh my god.
Anyway,
You don't wanna. Anyway.
Like-
Let's.
as gross as it is, and I'm not gonna tell you.
Empowering as fuck. No, I
Like,
get it. Like,
yeah, especially
the penis.
being a penis person, I don't think even.
There's a lot of
Okay,
benefits.
let's imagine.
There's a lot of
Let's
benefits.
just imagine this crazy other universe
Yeah.
where you're married to this beautiful, perfect woman, and
Uh-huh.
you're so excited that she's about to give birth, and it's so beautiful that she's so strong, and she's going through this crazy, horrible thing, and she's doing it so good.
Yeah.
That doesn't even come close to being someone who's someday
doing it.
wants to do it.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people out there who don't want to do it, and they do it, and they're beautiful, and they're amazing, and they do a great job no matter how it happens, no matter what path they take through it. It's incredible. But as a person who wants to do it, there's no touching that feeling of seeing it done. And
It's-
that the thing you hate most about yourself most of the time is amazing.
Okay. It is a great, a fantastic power that you possess simply by the fact that you have a womb and a vagina to create life like that. It is an insane ability. But there's a piece of advice, and I'm not going to take credit for this, but with great power comes great responsibility. That's having, and I know you, and I know the support system that you have around you, including myself, and I know that you could handle having a child, but I think you gotta be ready. It's a great responsibility as well.
And I know that not only from, like, just knowing that. Like, obviously, you're responsible for another human life who has absolutely no capability of doing anything for itself.
Which, seeing what I have seen from other people that are responsible for other human lives, you would no doubt be able to handle 100% on your own no matter what. For sure. But
see, that's the thing, is
I'm just saying.
It's because I've done it.
Yeah. Right. That's where I've seen it.
I have raised 3 to 5 children, depending on which ones you ask, and when, and who. But I raised them. Mom was busy. Dad was gone. You and Matthew were busy fighting yourselves and each other, figuring out what it all was to have a penis.
We focused on fighting you for a long time.
Yeah, you did.
It helped our relationship. I don't know if you can tell that it's lasted forever, but
got some vivid memories of that, but we don't have to get into that.
It was a rough entire fucking childhood.
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
was bad.
And let me tell you how hot. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm being a little discouraging because of, like, my own biases and my own nihilism about the entire universe and about everything in it and about trying to bring more life into it and, like, how I think there's probably enough people. But, you know, like, if you want to have more people, who cares? Like, do it. But I don't know. I had such a hard time. I'm still having a hard time. And I'm almost fucking 30. Almost fucking 30.
But...
And I'm still like, why am I here?
That's...
Maybe don't tell your kid they're an accident in early childhood.
Yeah, see...
That might help.
That's the big thing that a lot of people aren't considering right now. Millennials, everybody's talking about them. Millennials don't want kids, which is so valid. The Earth is dying. Nazis are back.
How many people there are in China?
Do you have any clue how many people there are? The ozone is basically gone. Like, there's a lot of very valid reasons not to have children.
Yep.
That are just general, broad, across the board, global reasons not to reproduce anymore.
Yeah.
But a thing not a lot of people, especially millennials in our generation, are thinking of is the people who are reproducing more people who just are gonna be re-traumatized. They were fucked up as kids because their parents were fucked up, and they're gonna fuck up their kids. And then those kids are gonna be the kids that are here because the smart people don't want kids because everything's terrible.
You know what the funny part about Idiocracy was? You know what the joke was in the entire movie?
What's that?
It's that people were stupider and stupider instead of traumatized and more traumatized in every generation. And every generation that has been traumatized has a fuckload of kids that they also traumatize, and then those kids have a fuckload of kids because they're traumatized and they, don't use condoms. But anyway, they keep on going and keep on going, and it keeps hurt people, and then that is a giant pyramid scheme by the end of it.
That's
where we're at.
The red mushrooms.
Red mushrooms. What? How does that relate to red mushrooms? That's happy stuff. What?
It's all
What's
connected,
the connection here?
but it's cooler than that.
Get it there.
So, you're talking about how
hurt people
hurt people.
Right.
And throughout the years, they become stupider and more hurt.
It's a pyramid scheme of trauma.
It's a pyramid scheme of trauma. What you said.
Yeah.
Red mushrooms, while it's not conscious, which the cycle of abuse is not conscious for most people.
Yeah.
It was this mushroom saw that this mushroom made it and reproduced, so it's gonna be like that mushroom. And then these mushrooms over here see that these mushrooms are doing okay, so these mushrooms are gonna be like those mushrooms, and now the mushrooms are red.
Yeah. You are,
correct.
You are absolutely correct. And that is exactly
And
what I was trying to say.
Why I want to bring blue mushrooms into the world. Blue being a
if
non-scientific...
If you can grow a fucking blue mushroom, be my goddamn guest.
I'm not going to pretend to know that much about mushroom colors, but the point is it's a different color.
Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe my 1 to 3 blue mushrooms are not going to eradicate red mushrooms.
No, but there will be some fucking blue mushrooms.
But there will be some blue mushrooms.
I get it.
And...
I get it.
Even that kind of sounds selfish. I want to put more of myself out into the world.
No, it doesn't. No, that's not selfish. That is literally evolution, and you should not be ashamed of that. That is literally the whole reason anything is here. Go ahead.
I don't know if this is going to sound conceited or not. It's not intentionally
the fact that I don't get it should sound conceited. Because the fact that I don't want to propagate, I don't want my DNA out there, I don't want offspring, that's weird. That's
against evolution.
That's against evolution. I think that it should end here. I'm like, no, this is enough fuckery.
You still do the evolutionary part, though, which is being a slave to your body and having sex. So the evolution is still there. It's just there are human measures in place for that to be a result that cannot occur. Yeah.
That's what makes me weird is
we're talking about our mushroom minds.
Yeah.
But
I'm not talking about my monkey brain. My monkey brain still wants to fuck.
But my thing is, as a blue mushroom, I've been raised by these red mushrooms. Everything's a warning sign. Everything's terrible. I've been traumatized beyond imagination. And then I'm a blue mushroom. And I spend all of my energy trying to spread non-poison to as many places as I can. I want to sprout as many blue mushroom spores as I can. Yeah. Every person I interact with, I want them to leave the conversation feeling like there's another option other than the horrors of humanity. And
It's one
I
of the
feel
reasons
like
I'm doing this.
yeah, I feel like if I reproduce and, you know, a few other people in my generation reproduce, there's a few other blue mushrooms out there spreading a few more spores, yeah, we're going to be outnumbered by reds for a fuck long time. It probably won't be my kids. It might not even be my grandkids. Maybe my great-great-grandkids will have a chance. But if I can help spread the blue mushrooms, and eventually we at least have a shot, that feels like a good thing for me.
It is a good thing.
And as a blue mushroom,
Yeah.
who has been through so
Same.
much trauma
Yeah.
from evolution and predators and outside and everything, as a blue mushroom who has faced all the things the red mushrooms are afraid of and calcified against,
Yeah.
I think there need to be more blue mushrooms.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is, like, when it was, like, mushrooms and, like, evolution, like, even slower than what we're talking about now, it was, you know, one mushroom would have that experience of, like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have made that mistake, now I'm dead. And it would take, you know, 100 years for another mushroom to make that exact same mistake and die. And that was what it would take. But now we can remember things.
Yeah.
We can learn a fucking lesson and be like, holy shit, why did I do that? And change it next time.
Yeah,
Make
because
things
I
better.
can, you know, go through everything I've been through, and I can have my little blue mushroom, who I know will most likely go through a lot of the same things. And now I can remember and I can help them through it. And then I'll probably do a bad job at that. I'm not even gonna lie. What helped me probably will not help them.
Yeah.
But then they can learn from that and they pass it on to their, let's say, 3 blue mushrooms. And it goes and it goes. And eventually the red mushrooms aren't as cool as they fucking think they are.
It's absolutely true. And I feel like that, like, part of why I started getting up on stage was that exact same reason, was, like, kind of like spreading spores. Like, especially with the fucking foot stuff, man. Like, everybody, I included, thought it was so fucking weird. And then one time, I was on a date with this girl, and she was like, what's the weirdest thing you're into? And I was like, okay, fine. Like, after much persistence asking on her part, I was like, fine, I'm into feet. She was like, is that it? Like, that's not that weird. And from that moment on, I was like, guess I'm going for it.
Which I 100% will give you as a person.
It's my gift to
Whose
the world. Is
worst
trying
fear-
to normalize a foot fetish.
My worst fear is hooking up with someone with a foot fetish. And I've been in some terrible situations. That's still... No, sir. But even, like, the amount you talk about it and going to your shows and shit, it's a lot more normalized for me.
Yeah.
To hear about it and see memes about and shit. Like, I still would rather be dead, literally, than have someone try and suck on my toes.
I can't remember who the quote is. I'm pretty sure it's a comedian, but he said, once you laugh at something, you can never take it as seriously again. And that seems like a noble goal for me. That seems like something to aspire to, is to make people laugh at some shit. And get them to stop taking things so goddamn seriously. And I know I do it. I know I do.
We
the
all
same
do.
shit, but God damn it, man. People all up in arms about Bitcoin.
I'm not even gonna pretend to understand or begin to touch on cryptocurrency. I'm not interested in trying to pursue that conversation. I know some important keywords that have been repeatedly said to me a lot of times.
Alright, let's go through all those keywords.
Mining.
Yep.
Something, they have computers, and the computers do things, and then they have cryptocurrency, which makes money because stocks.
Okay. Yeah, you got it. That's it.
That makes no sense to me. They just download money and turn it into real money by buying the fake money on the internet? That's what it is?
Yes, they buy money and it makes fake money on the internet.
I hate the internet. And money.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I wanted to just chill.
Alright. We're talking about drugs! Just in case anyone was curious. You basically just blew the whole lid off of cryptocurrency just now.
People
you
have
gave away
nice
all the
computers,
secrets.
and they download fake money and sell it for real money. But when they sell it for real money, it devalues the money, so they have less money. But
stop giving away insider information. You realize how much the price of Dogecoin has gone down since you started talking?
Just call me Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Tesla.
You gonna do it?
Ooh, I know that word. That's about cryptocurrency.
Uh-oh. Oh, my Bitcoin's at 75 cents. Actually, you know what?
Let's
For all the listeners, I bought $1 worth of Bitcoin. And I have been keeping track of it. It's like literally a 1/1,000,000th of a Bitcoin. It's 0.
Cool. You have 1/1,000,000th of a fake dollar?
Yes.
Question mark.
Yeah, bro.
Look at you.
No, dollar. It's down again.
What's it at?
59 cents.
Oh, wow.
I started with $1, everyone. Started with $1.
You're at a 50% loss almost.
41.
41. Okay.
41 any direction, but 40 if we are. So it's not that bad.
Okay.
But I bought it at $1 and now it's so far down. Oh my god.
Yay, stonks.
Yeah, so I figured out the secret. It's
buy low, sell high.
Buy low, sell high. Oh, I gotta figure out what, percentage of Bitcoin that I have. It will tell me somewhere. Can I go to it? Nope. I see you're shuffling cards over there. Would you like to describe the type of cards that you were shuffling?
While Andrew is Googling how very little fake money he has invested his very little real money into.
Can you show me?
I am shuffling my Wildwood Tarot deck. I am a very inexperienced, non-professional, non-expert, don't get too attached to me, tarot reader person.
I figured out how many Bitcoins I have.
How many fake dollars did you spend your real money on?
I have 0.000001695 Bitcoins. So that is definitely less than 1/1,000,000th of a Bitcoin.
How many Bitcoins does it take to buy a Tesla right now?
Less than 1. Like half. Wait, no, it's down. Oh my god. It would take 1 whole Bitcoin to buy a Tesla right now. And I have 1/1,000,000th of a... And I spent $1.
Do you have any idea how much other people have invested into Doge and Bitcoin and blah, blah,
I have
blah?
a little bit of an idea. It's a lot. It's so much money.
I have recently been encouraged to start investing. Something I'm very much opposed to.
Yeah, fuck that. I can't do it.
Morally and
I could do
mathematically not my goal.
Nope.
Like, I get where it can be awesome if you're really good at pretending.
That's how I felt about selling cars. Did I tell you about when I sold cars?
Yes.
Ugh.
But I started a Digit. Digit is a fantastic savings app that saves tiny bits of money you won't even notice.
This podcast sponsored by Digit.
Do it. Anyway, I started a Digit savings bank or whatever, my little subcategory for investments. It's got $3 in it, and I'm already feeling like I'm wasting my time. Like, I get it, how some people are really good at having fake money and making them feel rich about it.
It wants you to put $3 in Bitcoin?
Well,
What? I'm confused.
The person who wants me to start investing wants me to save up $2,500 to put into a Roth IRA investment retirement account.
That sounds
Okay,
legit.
that is actually legit.
It's a real
Roth
thing.
RIAs
No, I
are
know.
actually legit. But don't invest your money in bullshit.
I just don't... I absolutely believe in investing in real estate. I believe investing in a business.
Yeah.
Any of that. It's the fake...
Bank for a bank.
Bank for a bank. Put your
Robbing Peter to
pretend
pay Paul.
fake money on this pretend fake thing that might pretend fake work for a while, and hopefully you get it before it's too
It's
late.
all numbers in a computer.
It's all fake. I don't.
Guess what? Guess what? So are we.
Yeah,
That's the secret.
I don't like it. I don't want to just put my real people money and lose it to fake numbers in a computer based
That
on
could happen.
how
So-
many,
That could legit
iPods
happen.
Apple sells this month. Like,
Sometimes it's based on that.
exactly. I don't like it. And you know what?
It's not fun.
If I'm with someone, like my partner is real into investing and they're doing a good job with it, and somehow they're getting real money from the fake money world doing crazy shit, awesome. Cool. I'm not putting my money into it. I'm going to save my money and I'm going to go to Disney World, or I'm going to buy a place in Newport News, or I'm going to go to fucking Ireland or Amsterdam. Like, I want to live my life. I don't want to circle it around fake internet money that might someday help me travel when I'm old.
Okay.
When I could just save my real people money and do what I want right now.
But, just thought of a question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't
Just
even know
imagine-
what we're talking about anymore. So.
Just imagine no limits on, like, cost isn't an issue, money doesn't fucking matter. Your partner is 100% agreeable to whatever the fuck you're talking about. What is your perfect, like, I'm going here for the rest of my fucking life spot. Like, bye, see ya, going to the mountain somewhere, an island somewhere. What is it?
I want to live
Like, unrealistic as fuck. Like,
unrealistic as fuck. I want to have my money to where, I'm a rock star. I can do what I want and buy what I want. Not necessarily extravagance
that's the present
in the world, but like,
that's the
I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
And I
go
can
for it.
live in a nice,
magic wand,
reasonable house within walking distance of a beach
Yep.
near
Do
a
that.
civilization. I got,
Yeah.
for
Sitting
example,
somewhere.
and this is purely like metaphoric, not specific. I'm, within 10 minutes of a target. I'm around civilization.
There's people.
There's
a
major
city.
things around.
I mean, it's a beach.
It's a beach.
Most of the time, beaches have cities.
But it's not...
That's a common feature.
Like,
so,
it's not Atlanta. It's not...
Right. It's not Miami.
It's not Miami.
It's not San Francisco.
But it's also...
San Francisco is not a beach town.
Yeah. But it's also not, Key West. Where there's, like, basically nothing. Except you got your, like, old people who live there real good. And then spring break is always there. But it's, like, a real place where real people live.
Okay.
It's not necessarily a tourist destination. But I can walk to the beach... And I can live my life like I do here in Augusta, basically. Like, everything I need or want is around.
Yeah.
But, there's nothing extravagant. There's nothing crazy about it except the Masters, which I don't want to talk about.
Okay. For me, it's a rocky shore. There's a house up on top of a cliff top. And there's, like, a huge drop-off before you get down to, like, a really, like, rocky,
like, series of
shell-covered fucking beach with a bunch of sharp stuff. Yeah, like something from a series of unfortunate events. Like, just scraggly as fuck. But during the daytime, like, when it's not storming outside, fucking beautiful. And then, like, on the other side, where it's not the ocean side, there's, like, a giant, like, field that, sheep just go along their merry way.
You want to live in Ireland.
Yes, but I also want the bar to really like me and think I'm funny. Whatever the pub is nearby, I want to be, like, the stand-up comedian for just that bar, and they always think I'm funny.
You want to live in Ireland.
Yes, but I want them to know that I'm funny. Like, I don't think.
Do you have any idea how easy it is to make the Irish laugh? Just show them a potato.
Just show them a potato. Oh my god. Why did I not think of this before? Obviously.
You want to live in Ireland.
Oh my god. Fucking Stonehenge right around the corner. But
I want to live in Ireland. Like, no shame, bro.
I've never been there. But it's one of the places that, like, I really want to go, but I've never gone. And, like, I can't think of a legit reason to go. Like,
to go.
Because
just you want
go.
To. Yeah, because you
because
want to
it's
go.
The
you
Earth.
want to experience it, so go experience
The Earth
it.
is so much cooler than Augusta. The Earth is so
Facts.
much cooler than America. People think that America has so many different, like, landscapes and cultures, which is cool, I guess.
it's nothing like other places,
It's nothing
though.
like
Exactly.
the world.
No, there's nothing like Japan, ever. Anywhere
Go
else.
See the world. You don't need a reason. You don't need an excuse. You just need real money, not fake internet money that might be real money someday.
But the fake internet money will get you there. That's the whole thing. There are Instagram influencers who somehow go to Ireland just to take pictures of themselves in Ireland. They get the tickets before they have any money, and by the time they get there, they've made so much money off of ads from the fact that they're going to Ireland that they have made enough money to pay for their trip to Ireland. It's so stupid, and I don't know how to do that.
But they get paid in money over the internet. They don't get paid in a millionth of a Bitcoin.
Well, that's...
That's what I'm talking about.
The millionth of a Bitcoin thing is a bit. Like, it's basically just, like, I want to keep track of how Bitcoin's doing. I'm not interested in investing in Bitcoin.
Who base the rest of their lives over
Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's stupid. That's like what
that's
you were
what
talking
I'm
about.
saying.
Yeah.
We're saying the same thing.
Yeah. That's what you were talking about earlier with you don't want to invest in bullshit and you don't want to get into the whole Wall Street bro thing, which I don't either. Yeah, exactly. Like, I sold cars for about 2 months of my life. It was one of the worst experiences ever. I felt terrible inside. I felt like an asshole. Like, the entire time I was doing it. There's no way to do that job at all, much less successfully, without being a 100% complete and total asshole. And it sucks. And that's why I quit. Because fuck those people. Car dealerships should be illegal. And yet, they are the only way to legally buy a fucking car. Other than Facebook Marketplace. But, you know.
I want to buy a car.
How are those cards coming?
So I've been shuffling for a while. Which, again, I'm not an expert. These aren't scientific methods. You might not find this on the internet.
So you're telling me this is divine wisdom?
This is divine wisdom. From my own interpretations, I refuse to believe there are rules with tarot readings because I feel like that defeats the fucking purpose.
Yeah, it's like Outback. No rules, just right.
So while I've been sitting here shuffling these cards, there's a couple that have just popped out to me throughout the shuffling that, I don't know, maybe it'll come up as important later. But I do have set aside here a few cards that have fallen out of the deck while I'm shuffling. And I've always been a pretty firm believer that the cards that fall out of the deck want to be seen.
Yeah. Attention whores.
Yes. This deck in particular, my Wildwood
Drop
deck,
half the deck. What does that mean?
means I'm a little bit intoxicated. But this deck in particular was one of my first decks I ever got. And it's a bitch. This deck, you can ask it if you should eat a grilled cheese sandwich today, and it will tell you, okay, but dump your boyfriend too.
What made you decide this deck and not the one that I just got you as a present?
I haven't had time to talk to that deck.
Okay.
I haven't had time to,
So you give me the
energize
cold hard bitch deck?
well, I don't like any of my other decks right now.
Doesn't sound like you like this deck either.
I like this deck because this deck isn't gonna lie to me. This deck isn't gonna sugarcoat it. The other decks will tell you basically the same thing, but this one is a lot easier for me to read for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I feel a lot more connected to this deck than any of the other ones.
Of course.
Even though I got a lot of decks that I really love and I love reading from. But when I want an actual reading or to actually understand something, I go to these cards.
I would like to buy myself tarot cards, but I don't think I take them seriously enough. I really don't. I, look at the cards, and, I do feel like there's something there, but I just don't think that I am, special in that way. I don't know. I don't think it's for me.
It took me a long time. My first interaction with tarot cards, actually.
It's like if you told me to change out a plumbing pipe, I would be like, mm-mm.
My first interaction with tarot cards was this tiny, half-inch by half-inch gummy bear deck that they had at the Balanced Body while I was working there.
So it's literally a little teeny tiny deck.
It's a little teeny tiny deck.
Of course.
And it had a little teeny tiny book in it, and it was just on the desk. And nobody ever touched it. It was just on the desk, as a joke. And I started playing with it and doing readings with it and learning from it. And that's where I actually started to feel connection to the cards.
Okay.
Because, you know, when I first started doing that, I was like, you know, this is all fucking stupid. Cards can't tell you your future.
Do you remember any, like, examples of stuff that came up that was, like, super relevant at
No.
the time? No.
Which is crazy because of my memory.
Well,
But I just remember being so
sometimes,
connected
you
to
know.
those cards. I remember her name was Moon. One of the massage
Whose
therapists.
name was Moon?
One of the massage therapists who worked at the Balanced Body at the time.
Okay.
Her name was Moon. And I was sitting at the desk, just kind of playing with them, looking at the card and reading the book, trying to study what each of the things meant. And she had me draw her a card. I don't remember what it was or what the meaning was specifically, but she told me that I had a gift with the cards. And I was like, okay, crazy
From this
lady.
little teeny tiny deck.
Yeah, the little gummy bear deck.
Yep.
I was like, okay, crazy lady, thanks for boosting my spirits. But then I did another reading for someone else with their own deck, which is kind of frowned upon, I know now, but, and they were shocked with my reading for them. And then I gave it up for a long time, just because I was living with my parents. You know, Dad had found a tarot deck in my room.
Oh, no.
He would have burned the whole house down. Like,
Yeah.
so I kept away from it for a while. And then when I first moved out of Dad's and me and Chris got our own place together, I got this deck. And ever since then, I felt like me and this deck have an understanding of each other.
Yeah.
And even though we don't always necessarily like each other, you know, there's that mutual respect. Which might sound crazy.
Just ride or die.
Yeah, I'm sure it sounds crazy to somebody who doesn't believe fully in these things.
Well, I mean, like, I understand. I understand where it comes from. I understand the guttural feeling about it. I understand the, I don't know. Like, cognitively, I can...
Jeekers, you're so precious.
The baby?
Um,
I do not know what in my brain makes me just shut off every time I see this fucking cat.
It's amazing.
It's so amazing.
Adorable.
He's so fucking cute. And it turns my brain to mush. Oh my god.
The other day, I was having a very important conversation with an employee. I was, like, correcting them on something. I was, like, in full boss mode. And then Dear Maria started playing, and my brain turned off, and I just started singing.
Picture, I'm going with you, dear Maria.
And then I almost couldn't get it back. I was like, what are we talking about?
That's that trauma, baby.
Yeah. But anyway, so getting back to the beginning, the first question here. I have what I'm going to call a 4-card pull here.
Okay.
It's actually 5 cards, but 2 fell out at the same time. And I wasn't, you know, thinking or focusing on any particular person or thing at this time as they fell out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to pretend there's a specific meaning here.
Yeah.
But I do know cards that jump out. Wanted
that's
to.
always a thing. Like if you feel a card.
Sounds like a justification, but go on.
Also, a couple provisos for anyone listening. I mentioned before that I'm no professional and want you to hold no weight on this, please and
They're
thank
saying
you.
this is all bullshit. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you want it to be.
No.
I don't typically read in, like, upside down cards, meaning that it's the opposite meaning. Sometimes I'll be like, yeah, that should be upside down. Fuck this. But not always.
You don't mix up quintuples and pentacles.
Exactly.
Yeah. The quintessential.
I will try and read the specific definitions of these cards from this book, but I'm gonna let you know I can't see any of these words.
It's very dark.
It's very dark. I'm blind and illiterate.
Let's go blind and illiterate. I would love your raw interpretations of just what the card looks like, what you know from just experience, just your...
Full raw dog in it.
Yes, raw dog in it.
Raw dog, my reality,
no book.
bro.
Fuck the book.
Okay.
You know what the book is? A bunch of fucking nonsense. Let's see.
It's a tool. Hush.
So,
start wherever you feel is appropriate.
I'm gonna start over here where the two
with
cards...
With the double.
With the double.
Bleh.
Which is also, like, the latest ones that fell out.
The most recent.
Most recent, yes.
Yeah. Alright. Most recent 2 cards.
So on top, we have the Blasted Oak.
Blasted Oak.
Yes.
I'll need to see it up close to get a...
Major menorah? Is that what it's called?
Arcana?
Arcana? Sure.
Could be.
So,
I don't
like,
know.
the
I know
lovers...
that word from Dungeons and Dragons.
The lovers,
There's
death, the Tree of Life, you know, that kind of thing. Those are the major...
Major Arcana.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's one of those.
Yeah, I've seen Sabrina.
Thank you. I was thinking of Lilliam menorah.
Page of Stones. The links.
Okay, I'll give them back.
Sorry.
So, the first one
they're cool.
is the Blasted Oak, which was technically on top, I guess.
Yes.
Which is a depiction of an old oak tree with a broken branch and a person on fire falling out of the oak tree into a cavern.
Yep.
Which I'm gonna come back to.
I didn't even, think about it like that. I just thought he was, I don't know, falling. I didn't even see him on fire, but I guess he probably was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's also naked.
That's how I just gloss over everything. That's how you gotta live life, man. You just put a nice little icing, all the bad memories, and they all just go away.
Underneath it is the Page of Stones, which is a spotted lynx climbing through an oak tree. I don't know. I feel like these cards won't make sense until I see the other ones. So we're just going to do the next one.
I mean, the oak tree is consistent.
Yes.
That's weird. They both came at the same time.
The next one is the King of Vessels. The Heron.
Heron.
Vessels in this deck, or cups in a more typical deck, are very emotional cards.
Yeah. Like spoons.
Like spoons. In this particular deck, it goes Page, Queen, King, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think. This card depicts a heron bird standing on one leg in a strong river, standing in front of a twisted oak tree.
Oh. Alright.
The heron is a very old bird, very stoic.
Stoic is relevant.
And it's interesting to me that he's standing away from this tree that is so involved in these other cards. And we're going to see what the next one is. I know this is all going to make sense in a minute.
It'll all come together.
Mm-hmm. Next is the Page of Vessels, the otter. Who is...
Otter. It's a significant otter.
who is standing on a ledge beside this river. He's definitely far away from
Can
the
I see
oak
him?
tree. But he is also alone.
He was alone, but he's monitoring that river. He's watching.
He's looking for opportunities.
Opportunity calls. Yeah. So the otter. We got one more over there.
This is the last one.
Last one.
It's upside down.
Uh-oh.
First one.
Oopsie.
It's the 4 of arrows.
Uh-oh.
Rest. Which arrows or
Knives, maybe?
knives, swords,
Knives,
typically
swords,
one
yeah.
of those. They're physical cards. They represent what they sound like. They're your true human mortal issues. In this particular card, there is a monarch butterfly
Mm-hmm.
flying over a person lying in the grass surrounded by 4 arrows. None of them are piercing him, though.
But
And
it is upside down.
it's upside down, and the butterfly is in front of an oak branch.
How do you know it's an oak in all of these? Are you just
Look
saying...
at them. No, look at the tree in all of these pictures.
Hold on. I gotta
In this
get
order.
a flashlight here.
Yeah. Look at the tree. It's the same tree.
Oh my God. It is very clearly the same tree. Are all of these oak trees?
I mean, this the life tree.
Yeah, true.
But if you look through the cards, I mean, look at the otter. That's a different tree.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
That's a different tree.
Uh-huh. Okay.
That's
Alright.
oak.
There's an oak,
Yeah, he's in there too.
but
That's a different tree.
that's a different one. Oh my God. Okay.
That's a different tree.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
these
different
ones are
tree.
I don't know if that one
Well,
was.
okay.
But I do get it. There's plenty of different trees in this deck. And every single one of these cards
Are the same tree.
Sans otter have been the same tree. And that includes the double cards.
And the upside down.
What does an oak tree represent?
Strength.
Oaks are very strong. They're very old. They're deep,
Wise. Their wisdom.
deep rooted.
Can I tell you I'm sick of being told I'm strong?
Same! Oh my god.
Oh, it's so stupid. I literally, I don't know if this is true or not, but I know I used to be told all the time that Andrew, the name, means strong and manly.
I hate it.
It's the biblical definition,
Oh,
apparently.
the biblical
According
definition
to mom and dad.
of my dead name,
Yeah.
will not quote,
Not even gonna say it.
is a gift from God.
Oh, yikes.
I remember laughing at that basically my whole life. But anyway.
Same with the strong and manly thing. I was like, no way. No, not gonna happen. Hey, you know what? Now I am, physically strong. And, in no way manly whatsoever. I gotta make sure I kick that back the other direction. Every time I get stronger, I gotta get less manly.
Keep
It's a
yourself
balance.
in check.
Yeah. You trying to glean something over there? Trying to comprise. I will say, my kitty cats basically turned me to Jello.
They're so perfect.
Those are babies.
I
And they
think
could get away with
this
anything they wanted.
particular reading is about something we weren't going to talk about on this podcast.
Damn. Okay. Well, we can talk about the reading off air.
Yeah.
We'll just.
You could give a generalization though, like a generalization.
I don't.
of
It
I don't-
depends on if
maybe
you
a
can.
premise.
I can't.
No.
No.
All right. That's cool. Keep the cards though.
Yep.
Leave them
Fact.
as is. That way we can remember.
Take a
But-
picture.
That is fair.
Yep.
It's a good.
Honestly.
It's a good.
I was gonna say like maybe you could do a 1-card one on me, but if it's on me, then it's probably also gonna be.
I mean,
It's just gonna
we can do 1 card for you.
I don't know. I
No.
don't want to just.
No, because
if you ask
I don't want
for
to
it,
disappoint the fans.
No.
Just do it. I don't
But
give
you
a
did
fuck.
ask
okay,
for it.
Just
I
go
want
ahead.
you
You
to
want me-
shuffle the deck.
Okay.
I'm giving you permission.
All right.
Think about what you wanna
Your
ask.
direction.
or-
What direction you need.
It doesn't have to be
Whatever.
specific,
Yeah, it doesn't have
just-
to be anything. Literally anything.
But it's.
Think
but it's
about
me.
yourself at best.
Just-
like,
yeah,
just
there you
think
go.
about
Keep it-
you.
The pure essence of you
Keep it
in
me.
your question.
I like that.
And just
whatever.
let me know when you're
I
done.
can do that. I can be myself.
Yeah.
I can put myself into this. That's easy.
And then just let me know when you're done.
Oh God! Now everybody has corona. All right, that's an old joke. We've all been vaccinated.
Have we?
Have you?
No.
No.
Whoops! It's a little
Not interested.
insider baseball information for everybody. I don't want Bill Gates's fucking microchip. Okay.
I don't know how it affects human
Anything.
fertility. Set
Yeah.
that aside.
Anything.
That's 3 of them.
Just set it aside. Don't worry about it. We'll check it out later.
Don't question it. It's been my
I knew I
motto
should have
lately,
taken a
just
Benadryl.
don't
I
question it.
fucking pollen, man.
What
Mhm.
pop?
How is it?
It's very sensitive.
I mean, I know this, but I'm trying to think of like what is
At the-
blooming right now.
Oh yeah.
It's almost always pine. But I've had allergies since I moved here. You remember
You
in
also stopped taking it for a little while, so it hasn't been consistent.
yes,
So
I have
that's
not been
beating
taking
you
my
in the butt,
allergy
too.
medication
Ooh.
like a fucking nerd.
I'm just explaining the
Ugh.
why
I'm a
something's
stand-up
happening.
comedian and an openly homeschooled individual, and I hate myself for being a nerd. All right.
Okay. Are you comfortable with the top card, or do you want to split the deck?
Top card's fine.
Okay. So, the top card is upside down, and it is the 5 of arrows.
Oh, great.
Frustration
Oh,
is the name
you
of the
don't
card.
say. You don't say. Was
It
that
is-
in somehow, in any way, involved in my shuffle? I had no idea.
It is a depiction of a goat jumping down a hill towards an archer who has shot 4 arrows and is prepared to shoot his 5th at this goat.
Oh my god.
The archer seems pretty mad that he's shot this many shots and not hit this fucking goat running directly at him.
Yeah, but the goat's getting closer.
The goat's getting closer.
Like, more so in range of the archer.
Yeah, they're pretty like.
They're right there.
Yeah. He might miss him.
But I mean,
maybe,
based
but-
on how close the other arrows are to him, he's had time to
Probably.
hit this goat.
Yeah.
He's just a bad shot.
Could be the case. Never mind.
I don't particularly think it being upside down has any meaning here. I think this card is... It's about how many close calls you've had recently,
Yeah.
where you weren't necessarily close to intimate death. Like, clearly the archer isn't on his game.
Yeah,
But
that seems about right.
you could have got hit pretty bad, and you found a way to go around it.
Taking some risks in my day. And it seems like if God's trying to kill me, he's a poor archer. That seems about right.
I feel like you're still
Feels
afraid of this
accurate.
next arrow.
Yeah.
It's
But
Well,
closer.
always.
It's more real.
It's bigger.
It's bigger.
That's
But
for sure. But you know what? I bet the guy trying to shoot me, if he actually got a hit, he'd probably take me to the hospital and get me some goat medicine and bandage my little goat leg. I bet he'd get me all better because he's just trying to save me from the big scary mountain.
let's see what your other cards are you dropped here.
Oh my god, no!
2 of them are upside down.
Well, that's because you picked them up upside down.
I picked them up.
You said upside down don't
Okay.
matter.
It doesn't. Not with these ones, too.
I'm just scared. That's all.
So, you have the Major Arcana 11, the Woodward.
The what?
The Woodward keeps the lynx as his pet,
Oh.
Yo.
who we might refer back to that first reading. The lynx is one of the cards pulled.
Yeah, right.
He sits outside the oak, king over the land. He's a bearded, gruff man.
Oh no. But he sits outside of the oak.
But he sits outside of the oak
That's,
with his spear ready for battle, but not till he has to.
So, like, you're telling me I picked, like, a perfect magic deck of, like, cards that combine
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah.
perfect ways and, like, support each other.
You'd be awesome at cock magic.
Cock Magic the Gathering.
The Ten of Vessels, which this is an amazing card.
I'm about to say that's like the top.
I
one of
have
the tops.
never drawn this card for myself.
Because it's too good for you.
It's too good for me. It is the 10 of cups or vessels. It's literally your cup overflowing. Vessels, like I
was
said,
just about to say.
are
so you're
very-
saying-
Flow with, yeah.
emotional cups or very emotional cards. And this one, it's a picture of a waterfall falling over these 10 cups and the water splashing out and moving on to the next cups and down the waterfall. It's beautiful. It's dangerous and it's passionate. It's heavy, but it's beautiful. The Ten of Cups represents happiness and success. That's a good card to get.
Yeah, it's because I'm going to be...
And
Awesome.
as many readings
And
as I've
famous.
done in my life, I have never once, not even one time, gotten the Ten of Cups.
I got it by accident.
Yeah, by accident.
You don't get cards by accident.
You don't get cards by
Yeah, my life felt like an accident.
Then
Look, you're having a spiritual
your next
experience.
card,
Don't be a human right now.
your next card
Never am.
that you dropped here is the Two of Stones.
That sounds bad.
It's not necessarily bad.
Just, it sounds normal.
Stones are
Which to
about
me is-
strength.
Two cojones.
Especially
That's
like
what the
mental
penguin-
strength.
Penguins give rocks before they leave.
Yeah,
It's
it's vessels are emotional, arrows are, physical, pentacles are money, stones are mental. And
Okay.
the Two of Stones is a fight. It's a challenge. This particular deck depicts two strong hares like bunnies.
Yes.
Hares standing on their hind legs, fighting.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's a
That's
really cool
cool.
card.
Mm-hmm.
I love this deck.
Yeah.
They like
yes.
boxing. It's like two
Yeah.
rabbits boxing. It's
It's intense.
hilarious was my term.
Yeah,
Just
that
seen
too.
Wallace and Gromit? Come on. But yeah, what does the boxing rabbits mean?
I feel like
Oh wait, was that the stones?
that was the stones.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, you told me what that one meant. Yeah, alright.
I feel like your reading here ties into the other one that happened a little bit,
Yeah.
but I can be a little bit more vague / descriptive here.
If you
It's-
want to be, go ahead. It doesn't matter.
It seems like you have some really, really tense emotions that you're not really sure how to navigate.
Well, that seems true
You-
no matter what point I'm at in my life.
Yeah, but there's a specific target of it.
Yeah. Well,
There's-
that makes sense to not divulge. But
Yeah, like, yes, you've had these close calls recently. You've been dodging these arrows, and it's been scary, but you've been doing it. But this next one is very specific. And you don't know how to handle it. The challenge isn't necessarily you versus someone else. It really seems like it's you versus yourself. Where do you stand in your feelings here?
oof.
What is important for you to stand up for? And there's not an answer here. It's providing you with a question you need to answer.
Huh. Yeah.
But what you're most afraid of is deciding what you need to stand up for and protect, and what is the right way to approach this next era.
Hell yeah. Okay. I think I get like a little bit of it. I'm sure I'll more fully understand.
I always
when we
feel
go.
like an idiot about this saying vague shit that could apply to anybody. But that's
No, but
genuinely...
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's what. Look, that's how it works. That's what we're here for. Like, look, if you heard that, if you just heard that sentence right now, that was just spoken beautifully, might I add, just eloquent as fuck about no book whatsoever, just coming off the top of your head, just spinning this shit because it's just flowing into your brain, like just instantly able to put it back out into the world as you're receiving it is an incredible gift. And then if anybody else hears that and also relates or also is able to use that in any way to better themselves or like know a little bit about themselves deep down, like that's incredible. That's a double whammy.
It also kind of sucks sometimes.
Yeah, I imagine so. It
You
also
don't always
sucks.
want to know.
It also sucks, you know, feeling other people's feelings.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It makes it hard to stay angry at people.
It makes
That's
it hard
one
to
thing-
stay angry at people,
That's
but
one
it
thing
also
people don't
makes
notice
it...
about empaths.
And understanding, because we're so fucking understanding. Like,
People-
that's why we get it. That's why we get it.
Yeah, that's people don't give enough attention to that part of empathy and empaths. Like, you know, they usually view us as like, oh, you know, this person's really sad, so they're really sad. Or, you know, this person's so angry and they can tell that and they feel that anger and they want to help. I can be in complete personal agony, going through the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. And if I get too close to, you know, someone on the other side of it, and I feel their side, it's so overpowering for me that I stop standing my ground. That I feel their pain more than I feel my own, and I forgive them. Because I don't want to feel like that anymore. And as long as they do, I will. And that's
terrible. That's never going to be effective.
No, it's imprisoning.
Yeah.
I never get to be me.
Yeah.
I never get to feel my own feelings because as soon as I express them, I can feel how the other person reacts, and that becomes more important. That overpowers me.
Get you some protection. Sometimes you gotta find what your protection is. That's my biggest ally, is like, I kick myself in the ass, and I don't want to sound like a stereotypical hippie, but like, I be having this amethyst that's sitting on my salt lamp over there. I know it's been cleansed. I know that thing is squeaky, but for some reason, this is the only time that I've ever felt like I need to experience other people's pain right now instead of protecting myself from it, because it's so close. It's so close. Yeah, that is a very good generalization, and because you feel it. You feel like them. You are the interconnectedness of what is happening within them is happening through you. And I don't know. I feel like I need to experience that right now. But no, like, my amethyst is my shield, though. Like, when I know I need to protect myself from something, like, wear that shit. Done. Like, that works for me. It's my birthstone. And it also is a
I
protection
hate my
stone.
birthstone.
But
It's
yeah, my
like
mom doesn't like
pearl.
hers either. And that's like a...
Stupid.
What's your birthstone?
Pearl.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Sometimes your birthstone isn't, like, anything for you. Like,
It's
it's
stupid.
just...
I hate it.
Yeah, it's just
What's February?
Amethyst.
Amethyst. I do like that. I like purple. I like...
Interesting.
Shut up.
It's your protection. It's okay to wear your protection.
Yeah.
No, I don't wanna. It doesn't feel as good. But we're the protection. It doesn't feel as good.
It doesn't feel as bad either.
Facts.
Oh my god.
different.
Alright. Well, you know what? We're like 2 hours into this.
Nice.
So
We haven't even touched on acid. We're gonna have to do another one.
we will do another one. I promise you that.
We didn't touch on, like, half of the shit we previously discussed.
Oh no. That's how these go. I don't know if you've ever...
I have.
Yeah.
It's
You've
good.
been around, but you haven't been, like, the subject of a podcast before. Like, I like to... I don't know.
You like one-on-one.
It's just a lot. Yeah, one-on-one is
More
very...
in depth, and that's how you work.
Yeah. It's much more interesting. Alright. Well, I don't know if I'm even doing outros. I know I'm going to do an intro, so we'll just, like, continue to, like, say goodbye to people at the end, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, goodbye, people.
Goodbye.
Thanks
Don't-
for listening, Mom. Hope you
Don't
feel
find us on
awesome.
Instagram!
Deep.
Show me.
Yeah, but
Got it.
if it was really that secret, you wouldn't have heard about it.
Yeah.
would